Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about Kratom. Kratom usually refers to the drug, but is also the name of the tree from which the drug is made from, Mitragyna speciosa. This drug has long been used starting in Southeast Asia. Thailand and Malaysia are the most common places that you'll hear about regarding Kratom. Traditionally, it's been used to treat fevers, diarrhea, coughs, and pain. Many laborers in these areas use it to increase their physical endurance as they work outside in the hot sun. Another use that's been gaining attention is Kratom's role as a potential opiate withdrawal treatment. Since its origin in Southeast Asia, reports of Kratom usage has surfaced from the Americas, Europe, Australia, and East Asia. There are many ways of ingesting Kratom. Whole leaves from the Kratom tree can be chewed or smoked. The leaves can also be crushed into pill form or brewed into a tea. The tea itself is very bitter, so many people add a sweetener such as soda. Thai militants created a Kratom concoction that's very popular among users called 4x100. It's made from Kratom tea, cough syrup, a caffeinated drink, and ice cubes. It was said that it helps soldiers relax and become more obedient. Online vendors also advertise different strains that supposedly have different effects. There is no current study that focuses on quantifying effects, but there has been evidence that different regions and the age of the leaves can have varying concentrations of active alkaloids. Kratom is an interesting drug in that it has both stimulant and sedative effects depending on how much is ingested. At low dosage, around 1 to 5 grams, the user will experience stimulatory effects similar to cocaine and methamphetamine. At high dosage, about 5 to 10 grams, the user experiences opioid-like effects. There has not been an official lethal amount, but most deaths regarding Kratom involved the user taking other drugs or adulterated quantities of Kratom. Some altered samples of Kratom contain the dangerous compound O-desmethyltramadol or krypton and was responsible for 9 deaths in Sweden. Users typically report feeling the effects of Kratom within 5 to 10 minutes of ingesting it. As you can see, many of the positive and negative effects of Kratom are very similar to cocaine and opioids, such as euphoria, anxiolytic effects, more energy, chills, sweats, itching, seizures, and loss of appetite. As with most drugs, it's possible to develop tolerance to Kratom, as well as go through withdrawal. Some long-term use effects include anorexia, insomnia, constipation, and lethargy. Withdrawal symptoms are also similar to opioid withdrawals such as chills, mood swings, aches, and diarrhea. A conditioned place preference test involving rats showed that rats will choose to receive Kratom compared to saline for a reward effect, but less so compared to morphine. In another study, researchers showed that rats needed a higher dosage and longer exposure to Kratom before becoming sensitized like morphine. Kratom, however, still has an addictive potential due to its rewarding effects. The two main active alkaloids driving the effects of Kratom is mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine, or 7-HMG. Both are lipophilic, so they can cross the blood-brain barrier easily. Mitragynine makes up most of the components of Kratom, about 66% according to one study. 7-HMG, on the other hand, comprises about 2% of Kratom. They also have a half-life of 3.5 hours and 2.5 hours in humans, respectively. Both act on the mu, delta, and kappa opioid receptors. Recent studies have shown that both alkaloids act as agonists and antagonists for certain opioid receptors. At the mu opioid receptor, they act as full or partial agonists. There seems to be varying evidence regarding the type of agonist Kratom is. As a quick review, a full agonist fully activates an opioid receptor, while partial agonist only partially activates the receptor, resulting in a lower efficacy. As a mu-opioid receptor agonist, there will be antinociceptive, analgesic, and reward effects. Studies have shown that 7-HMG has a higher potency compared to mitragynine for the opioid receptor agonist. For the delta and kappa opioid receptors, it seems as though both compounds act as antagonists, resulting in antinociceptive and antidepressant effects. So why would some people choose kratom over opioids like morphine or other opiate treatments like methadone? A study by Rosenbaum showed that mitragynine is 13 times more potent than morphine without the same sensitization as previously mentioned. 7-HMG is also about 4 times more potent in antinociceptive, stimulatory, and antidepressant effects. As for withdrawal medications, methadone has been confirmed as a full agonist. Full agonists have a greater risk for abuse compared to partial agonists, since the efficacy is lowered. There was a case study involving a man who was battling opioid withdrawal, who had success in self-treatment with a combination of Suboxone and Kratom. The general public, however, also seems to prefer Kratom because it appears more natural to drink a tea compared to taking pills or injections. Despite Kratom's potential for opioid addicts, many countries have banned the use of it. Thailand and Malaysia both banned it in 1954 and 1979 respectively. For Thailand, it's been placed in the same narcotic category as marijuana. Other countries that have it banned are Australia, South Korea, Sweden, Romania, and Myanmar for its abuse potential. For the United States, the legality of kratom is quite controversial. There is a lack of regulation and quality control resulting in adulterated products, which is a huge concern for those wanting to ban it. It's been banned in several states as a Schedule I drug and was scheduled to be put on the DEA's Schedule I list in September of 2016. However, the ban was placed on hold due to the amount of opposition from researchers, politicians, and the general public. As of now, kratom remains as a drug of concern according to the DEA. Many people are arguing to permanently legalize kratom for its beneficial potential for opioid abuse, alcohol withdrawal, and even its ability to help control diabetes. I encourage everyone to stay informed and updated on the legal status of kratom, as it could have a profound impact on scientific research and the well-being of many people. Thank you.